Hi! So, another quick review. Yes, I'm on a roll, gonna get things done. Okay, so my next book up that I read this year, because I have read several this year, so I am on a roll. Go 2015, it's gonna be my year, gonna make it to 50. The next book that I read this year is The Slow Regard of Silent Things by Patrick Rothfuss. This was recommended to me by my boyfriend, who suggested that I read it and wouldn't tell me why, but he said that I would appreciate it. This is a story about Ari? Auri? I don't know which way to pronounce it, but I'm going to call her Ari. It's a bit of a strange book. Revolves around Ari, who lives in the under thing of the university. This is not a spin-off of the Kingslayer of the Kingkiller Chronicles, which I haven't read, but more of a background story on sort of a minor passing character. She's a strange fish, Ari. She is delicate and broken. She's sort of like a little burst of sunlight living in the dark, terrified of shattering the precious balance in the world, frightened that if she moves too fast or does the wrong thing at the wrong moment, the entire world is going to come crashing down around her ears. From the get-go, you sort of recognize the anxiety that she carries, and I certainly recognize the OCD and related quite deeply to her. It's not your traditional book, not even close. It very much takes place with just her. She wakes up at the very beginning, alone in the dark with her little light, and she says, she thinks, there's not much speaking in it, that he is coming in 7 days, which I took to mean and had told to me that he is the main character from the Kingkiller Chronicles. And then it's her in the dark, wandering through these winding, empty, forgotten tunnels that lie under the university. And the strangeness of her days, it's very difficult to explain, but there's very, very little dialogue. There's almost no action. It's not your traditional book. Not your traditional novel in the slightest. But it's very moving. You really get to know Ari. You sort of peek into her mindset and you understand a little bit more, even though they don't say why she's there. You understand a little bit more about why she stays where she is. Understand a little bit more about her as a person, and I think it's an interesting way to explore a character that you don't see a lot. A good deal of character development is obviously talking to others and thinking inside your own head, and it's different. It's how she treats the world. She believes that her own actions will ultimately affect the outcome of everything. And if she doesn't tread lightly, everything can be destroyed. And I think that's really interesting. She's so delicate and fragile, and yet in her fragileness, she's so real in a way you don't really get to know a lot of characters. She cares for the under thing. She's very obsessed with things finding their right place. When everything is in order as she sees it, she says that they sing, that they're in perfect circle. Everything connects to each other in the right way. Though not in the way that we would think. I mean, I would think if all the books are on the shelf, all the books are, as she would put it, happy, but that's not necessarily true. She pulls up a bit of carpet and puts a button underneath. And apparently that's where the button goes. And you don't question it. She seems to know these things. She seems to have a connection to inanimate objects. I'm not describing it very well because it's a very strange book that you have to read to understand. And even if you haven't read the other books from the proper series, I'd very much recommend this read. Probably not going to be for everybody, but I like a little bit of abstract in the things that I read, and this was very well done, and I will be reading the rest of Rothfuss's books based on this. Very much loved this book. Obviously, would have preferred a little bit more talking and that sort of thing, but I thought it was perfect the way it was, and I wish there were some more books like this in the world. Anyways, that's it for me this time. Join me next time when I will be talking about The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman, who is kind of an obsession lately. Definitely love me some Gaiman. Until then, keep reading, and I hope to see you soon.